What's up, guys? It's Mama K, and I'm going to teach you how to complete the main quest on Terminus. Once you follow the on-screen instructions, you're going to open the 3 machines to open up the Pack-a-Punch. You'll dive into the water to bring this inclined lift, and before you continue with the next step, you'll need to collect 500 salvage and buy the ammo mod dead wire. That can be done at the arsenal machines. You'll then activate the inclined lift. You want to do it as it's heading up. Now you can also do it on its way down, but I think it's just easier to hit these electrical boxes. The first one you're going to be looking for is right inside this room. The next is left on the wall, and then just behind this Pack-a-Punch now is the 3rd one. You'll then make your way into living quarters where Jug is and shoot the 4th one, and then on the other side of the wall is the 5th one. This room is going to be where you craft the Beamsmasher wonder weapon. This is the research office. There's a security guard on the ground, and once you take her out, she will drop an EMF fob. You'll then pick that up. You're going to head towards the C tower, past the void cannon. You'll go across this bridge, and just to the right inside this area is going to be a briefcase with a zombie hand. Interact with that, and that will reveal the multiphasic resonator. You're then going to be locating 3 different computers. The first one is going to be near the C tower. You'll make your way down to the ramp. So to the right is the C caves. You'll go left. The computer's just going to be right there. You'll make your way back up. Here is the rec yard. So there's going to be one on each side. You come up these stairs and there's going to be a computer in this corner. And you can either cut across the Pack-a-Punch lift, or you can just buy this door to self-revive. This is the easiest way if you're going to open up this map anyway. This is the interrogation room. But you can go across here. Peck is over there to the left. You'll continue through these doorways. You'll make your way through communications past Stamina Up. And that 3rd PC is going to be right here on the right. So once you interact with all 3 of these, you'll then interact with the PC to begin some math. Here's how to solve the math step to build the Wonder Waff in Terminus on Black Ops 6. Now, if you don't want to do this math, you can honestly just go pay the 5,000 to Peck. But here's a simple way to solve this if you want. So first we need to figure out what X, Y, and Z are. So we already have our symbols from turning on the computer. The first number we're looking at is our 0, X. So you can see it's 0 and 0. So this is the 1's place, this is the 10's place. So our X equals 0. The next is we're going to be looking for the 2 circles with the left one shaded. So we have 11, right? So we have 1 and 1. That's where they both match up for Y. So Y equals 11. And then we come back and find our Z. This is the 2 shaded circles side by side. That's over here. Our Z is going to be equal to 20. You've got the 2 right there and the 0. That is 20. So my numbers are 0, 11, 20. This is going to change in every game. To simplify the math for the first problem, so we have X plus 11. My X is equal to 0 and my Y is 11. So I'm going to do 0 plus 0 plus 11. So my first number is 11. Then we're going to move on to the next one. Simplified, you're doing Z plus Y minus 5. So I have 20 plus 20 plus 11 minus 5. My second number is going to be 46. And then for my last number, to simplify it, you have Y plus Z minus X. So I'm going to have 11 plus 20 minus 0. So that's 31. That's my final number.
So suddenly you're better than me? You know that only 3% of the population is gifted, right? Spoiler.
So now that I can see this moving, I have got it correct. Now, again, if you don't want to do this, you can just go pay Peck 5K up in the guard station. Now that you can see this is located on one island, you're going to grab that component and you're going to make your way to the right side island. You're going to see this blue orb here. You're going to place the multiphasic resonator down beneath, and this orb is going to shoot one of the zombies with a blue electric bolt. So once it does, you then need to kill that zombie, and it's going to drop a blue plasma orb. Don't be afraid to train the zombies here. You'll pick up the orb, and what you want to do is put it inside the main blue orb right here. So you'll do this a couple times. It was 2 for solo. I think is 3 for squads. And once you've done that, this will turn yellow. You'll pick that up and follow the orb to the next island. This is always going to be the southern island. Now, I think this is the trickiest one because you are dealing with some parasites. But again, you're going to follow the same instructions. You're going to place the part. It's going to shoot a zombie. You kill it. It'll drop the orb. And then you're going to walk that orb inside the bigger orb. Now, training zombies, making sure your pack 1 is going to help this step, but overall, it's really not too bad. This is the last step that you need, and once you're all set, you can head back to the research office and craft the Beamsmasher Wonder Weapon, which is the Wonder Weapon for Terminus Island. After you have the Beamsmasher, you're then going to be looking for a key card outside a tentacle trap. So this is in the jug station. I didn't see one there. This one is located in the bio lab across from PhD. There's one in the guard station, and then there's also another one just across from Speed Cola. This is the first interest that we opened up in the sea caves. Now you can see the tentacle trap, and then just below it, there's a key card. So that is what indicates the trap that we are looking for. You'll then need to activate this trap, and you're going to use your wonder weapon on the trap until it drops the hard drive. You're going to pick that up, and you're going to take that into Dr. Peck. And then after you've done that, you can head down to Nathan, but I think it's just easiest to look for the codes you need. So interrogation room, our first number we're looking at is the hour hand on the clock. You're going to head into the mess hall, and just to the left on this bulletin board is a card. So my number here is 4. You'll go across the map, and then in engineering, the days since last injury is our 3rd number. So you'll interact with Nathan twice if you didn't do it earlier, and then once you get the indication from Peck, you can put in your code. Once you've done this step, you will need all players in the game to interact with the relief valve at the same time. I would do 3, 2, 1, go, whatever works for your squad, but everybody needs to interact with those valves at the same time. Once you do that, this is going to initiate a lockdown phase. I'd highly recommend going in pack 2. Now, I use the ASG-87. It is such a good gun for this map and the boss fight. But you can go in pack 2, and it will make this really, really easy. I've heard lots of folks have failed fighting Nathan, the mini boss here, but as long as you're prepared, you're going to be fine. If you happen to have a mutant injection, which turns you into a mangler, that also makes this boss fight pretty easy. But I would recommend going in pack 2, having a perk. So for me, because I was using a shotgun, I absolutely wanted to make sure I had speed cola, and then just making sure you have jug will give you a little bit of extra health. Now, if you do this on an early round, it's really not too bad. You're just gonna pump as many bullets as you can into Nathan. And again, here you can see my duo. Shout out to All Poison. He is using the mutant injection, and then you can use that to hit the amalgam, which makes this step again pretty easy. So after this step, you're going to say goodbye to poor Nathan. So sad. I actually kind of teared up the first time I saw this. But once you defeat him, you're going to jump into the water, and you're looking for a key card. This is glowing yellow, so it's pretty easy to find. The next step, you're going to be looking for 3 missing nodes. I would recommend finding these nodes before you get them. The first one can be to the right of Speed Cola. There can also be another one on the C tower. So this will give you an idea of once you go get those connector nodes, you know where to take them. The C tower one is going to be just in the corner here. And since this one was filled, that told me my other one was on the island. You'll make your way to the shipwreck. I would recommend bringing in the boat and parking it underneath this ladder. Now, this ladder is only unlocked with the key card that you get from Nathan. And once you get inside here, once you interact with the nodes, it's going to create a lockdown phase. Now, you can do this without everyone being present, but whoever's in there are going to be the ones that are locked in. If you're playing with a full squad, it's really easy to just have folks each take a window. That makes it more manageable. You'll then drop down into the boat and you're going to deliver your connector nodes. Now, if you drop these for too long on the island, they're going to despawn and you'll have to go back to that room to pick them up again. Now, if you were missing one on the island, it's going to be this first one closest to the shipwreck. This is Crab Island. It's the southernmost island, and you'll just interact with this. So you can have one person interacting while the other folks defend. This part is pretty easy. And then our other one that we were missing was right here to the right of Speed Cola. And then again, the other one could be underneath the sea tower. After you've completed that, you're going to make your way back to Peck, and he is going to give you a hacking device. My biggest tip with this or note is that the person who picks up that device is the one that has to do the hacking. So I do this every time with my squad. I picked up the hacking device, so you're going to drive out and find 3 buoys. Now, these are just randomly out there. You can go start with the one in shipwreck, and then we just go in a circle. I would have one person drive. You can also have another person shooting at the zombies while one person drives, but this is a timed step. You do have 2 minutes, so this can be tricky. If you don't get it in enough time, you will have to do it all over again. After you've completed all 3, you're going to make your way to the biolab as fast as you can. You have to defuse 3 bombs. Now, I was running around like an absolute chicken trying to find where these bombs were because I still can't navigate the biolab that well. But a good focal point is Melee Macchiato. When you're looking at Melee Macchiato, you're going to have one on the bottom floor on the left, you'll have one on the right, and you'll have one above it. So if you want to ping that for your squad, that will make things a lot easier. And just like with the node connector step, if you have a person interacting with this and the other folks watching your back, this makes this step easier. Like I said previously, this is timed. You have 5 minutes. Now, if you can't get it in those 5 minutes, the bombs will explode and your game will end. So a little bit of a rush. It's not hard. Be quick, but don't hurry. And then once you're done completing that step, you're ready to go into the boss fight. So I would recommend taking a few rounds. Here's the door. It's just to the left of Melee Macchiato. Once you interact with that, you're going to go into the final encounter. So make sure you take some rounds and get prepared because this boss fight is beefy. He has a lot of health in 3 different phases. Now, I use the ASG-89. It is absolutely my favorite gun for both of the main quests, and I highly recommend that you use it. The first phase that you're going to do is shoot the left and right side of his body. He's going to have little red spots. I was also pack 3 legendary. I had tier 3 armor, and that's also going to help with this boss fight. Now, something else that absolutely melts the boss are chopper gunners. So if you pick those up, those are huge. In this second phase, you're going to shoot his mouth. That's where you can do loads of damage, and using the gumball idle eyes is super helpful. All the zombies will ignore you and you can do lots of damage to his mouth. You can also pop the gumball killjoy, and that's going to spawn an insta kill, which is going to make your damage even better against the boss. Now, we went in with 4 chopper gunners, and you can use 1 on each phase, and it just makes this boss fly by. I think my squad and I were able to kill him in a little under 7 minutes. Now, once you've damaged his mouth, he'll then start having the yellow spots on his tentacles, and you can damage those. He's going to disappear for a little bit and come back. You can also shoot the surrounding tentacles. That way they're not shooting the gas at you, which I also think helps a little bit as well. So once you get through the second round, he's going to have a third round in which he's blue. His critical point is going to be his eyes. Now, for this one, again, bringing out that chopper gunner, it's going to do loads of damage. He did his electric attack, and I actually got kicked out of my chopper gunner, so just be careful of that. But when you're not in a chopper gunner and your squad is dealing with his electric attack, you want to stay behind those boxes, or you can jump in the water. If not, that will one-shot down you if you're not behind something. Another gumball that I highly recommend is Phoenix Up. So if your strongest player player has that, if everybody goes down, you could pop Phoenix up and get everybody rezzed. Once you get the hang of this boss fight really isn't too bad. It was honestly so much fun. I really enjoyed the big boss fights at the end of maps. I think it's just a classic Call of Duty Easter egg. Lots of fun. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know. And if you complete this before the first 2 weeks, you'll get those special calling cards. Good luck and have fun.